On Monday morning, the crew from Morning Joe, Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough himself, made the announcement that they have had a bit of a change of heart after going down to Mar-a-Lago and spending some time with Donald Trump. They have decided that they're totally not going to go easy on him, so they say. But they, have just reopened the communication between them and Donald Trump. So in case you missed their idiotic announcement that they were bending the knee, here it is.
Over the past week, Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared. Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications. My father often spoke with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike. We had not spoken to President Trump since March of 2020, other than a personal call Joe made to Trump on the morning after the attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania. In this meeting, President Trump was cheerful, he was upbeat, he seemed interested in finding common ground with Democrats on some of the most divisive issues. And for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught times, especially between us, I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we?
You know, I think she actually just nailed it on the head, right? Why wouldn't we? That's my counter question, because of course you're not going to answer the actual question of why would you do that. When you answer somebody's question with a question of your own, it means you don't have a good enough answer. So one, you gave away the game right there, but two, you also gave it away when you said, why wouldn't we, right? Why wouldn't we want access? Because that's what it's all about. That is what the corporate media is. It is all about access, something that Pap and I have been screaming for years. Morning Joe, both Scarborough and Brzezinski, they want access. They want Trump's people to be able to come on their programs. They want to make nice with Donald Trump. Hell, they probably want to be invited again to his Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve parties. Because I don't know if you remember that, but when they're like, we haven't seen him in 7 years. You know the last time they saw him, right? They were at his New Year's Eve party at Mar-a-Lago in 2016 after he had been elected. Before he was sworn in, but after the election. They were down there at his party, laughing it up, having a grand old time with him. Joe Scarborough is a conservative. Joe Scarborough has always been a conservative. I don't care that he's now a registered independent. The guy was my Republican representative for years and years and years during the Contract with America years under Newt Gingrich. Scarborough was a co-author on that. He is a Republican at heart. I don't care about the character he plays on TV, because he is playing a character. But now he's decided he doesn't want to play that liberal character anymore. He would rather have access. He would rather get interviews. He would rather bend the knee and look like a damn fool and expose the entire media's grift. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Maybe Mika and Joe are worried about the Justice Department coming after him, right? I mean, Donald Trump has made it clear he's going to use the DOJ to go after his political enemies, which I'm sure up until last Friday during that meeting included Mika and Joe. So maybe they're just trying to, have a CYA moment. We don't want to get prosecuted, so we're going to play nice. So, doesn't matter which one of those reasons it is, it's the coward's way out. We don't want to put up any roadblocks because then we can't interview the people close to the president. That's cowardly. That's not what your job is. You're supposed to be out there every day telling people the truth, not putting on the liars that are going to be filling this upcoming administration. And if you're not afraid of pissing off the powers that be, then you shouldn't be in the media. That's what the media is for. That's why the First Amendment exists, to protect the media when they call out those in power. But instead, we apparently have a corporate media like Joe Scarborough that would rather cozy up to these authoritarians when they should be standing up to the authoritarians. One of today's video sponsors is Ground News. While this presidential election is one of the most pivotal in recent history, the outcome doesn't determine everything. The issues that plague our democracy, like disinformation and right-wing extremism, aren't disappearing with the next administration. It's essential we stay vigilant, informed, and critically engaged. So let's talk about Ground News. They're an independent, nonpartisan platform I'm working with because they're dedicated to exposing any hidden agenda influencing the news that you consume, like which way an outlet politically leans, how credible their reporting is, and who funds them. Use their browser extension, app, or website to instantly access every perspective reporting on any issue, compare coverage, and avoid being manipulated. Plus, my Vantage plan gets me access to features designed to expose opposing narratives circulating in left and right-wing media bubbles, plus my own blind spots too. I think it's critical to stay aware of more than just the headlines you agree with, because we know how easily Trump's lies spread and the impact it will continue to have for a very long time. So go to ground.news/ROF or scan my QR code for credible news you can trust and confidently share with others. My viewers get a massive discount on the same top-tier Vantage plan that I use. With everything at stake, we can't afford to not pay attention, so subscribe today. The fight for democracy doesn't stop after November 5th. It's just getting started.